Sometimes in life, we are required to change our lives totally. What I mean is, you might get a divorce, you might get a new job, you may want to just go explore somewhere new. You pack up, you move all the way across the country or the world. And sometimes that can be scary. It's the unknown that humans are not good at dealing with. What I have found, and I have done this many times in my life, I've relocated. I think now I'm finally where I'm going to stay for the rest of my life. I mean, I got 1,000,000 acres behind me. Why wouldn't I? You know, I own my property. This is where I'll probably stay. But we just never know what's going to happen the next day that could change all that. We just never know. So you have to be kind of ready mentally for something like that. You have to always have a backup plan. Whether that be most of us will have some sort of friends or relatives in a different state or a different country. And them friends have usually said, hey, if you ever want to come here, let me know. You can come stay with us until you get on your feet. There's all kinds of situations that would lead somebody to just up and leave a life they've always known. Now, there are a lot of people in this country that were born here and they will die here, within 50 miles of where they were born. I live around a bunch of people like that. They've never been anywhere else. I couldn't imagine that because of all the things I've seen and the different kinds of people I've met. I just couldn't be grounded to one place. Now that I've done those travels and I'm getting older, I can live with being in one place for the rest of my life. Now, some of the things you'll face, I have found this. If you are packing up and moving across country, man, just sell everything. It is so much easier than hiring a mover and spending all that money for stuff you would be surprised how fast you can accumulate another household full of crap. It builds up quick. You don't need to bring sofas. You don't need to bring recliners. Here's why. You pack all that stuff up, and I've seen people do this. You load a semi full of furniture and you move 500 miles away. You get there. The place sucks. Well, your crap's stuck there now. You would either have to sell it all there or put it in storage and find a way back to it in the future, which is a pain. I've done that too. It is not worth it. Furniture can be bought secondhand, cheap. People that have 10 bedrooms full of furniture, they're not really going to be moving anyway. They're probably already wealthy. Your average man, woman who has, a medium income isn't going to have that much stuff. Well, you shouldn't anyway. I mean, then you're a hoarder, okay? And I can't help it if you're a hoarder. If you're a hoarder, you ought to just stay where you're at because you ain't going to change. Why bring your hoard with you? Can't do it. I found it better just to sell everything, all the big items. All you need to take with you is what you can fit in your vehicle, or at the very least, get a small U-Haul trailer that you can pull behind a car or a truck. Just a small one. You can take a chair, you can take a few kitchen items, things that would take you a while to replace. Personal effects, pictures, your music collection. But don't take any more than a small trailer full of stuff. There's also ways you can ship things ahead of time or have it ready to ship when you go. Okay, leave it with somebody you trust where you're living now. You go, hey, it works out. You can ship your stuff, a box at a time. I've done that too. It's easier just to unload everything. Take what you really absolutely have to have. And that way, if you get there and you don't like it and you discover it's not for you, your stuff still could be back home. You can always go back. It's just a lot easier. If you decide you do like it, there are many options. You can buy a used couch cheap that'll get you by until you're ready to go buy a new one. You can sleep on an air mattress. You know, there's so many different things you can do. But you want to make sure that the new job you're going to is one you like, one that you see yourself doing. You also want to make sure that the area you're moving to, that you feel good about it, that you like it, that there are things that you enjoy there. If you move somewhere that's totally boring, you're probably not going to like it long term. So it's best to decide immediately, do you want to stay or not? It's always best with a situation, especially if you're moving for a job, to keep things where you are. Keep them there. Tell people, look, I'm going to go check this out. If it's what I think it is and I want to stay, then you can come deal with the moving. Now, I've done that. I've left stuff, you know, if you are in a situation where you have to sell your home or you're renting and you have to get out, put it in storage. It's going to cost you a couple $100 a month, but it's there, you know, and it's back. It's where you know the people, you know the town, and it's probably with family or friends. And then if you decide, hey man, this place I went, a big bird, this place I went is for me, well then you can just, you know, rent a U-Haul, fly there, rent a U-Haul, drive it back. I've done that many times. That is the easiest way. Fly in, rent a big 26-foot U-Haul, load it up, or if you got the money, if the company will pay for it, hire a mover. Then they can load it right up from the storage facility a whole lot easier than if it was in a house. But a lot of reasons for doing this would be, you know, you get a divorce, or you got laid off, the company you worked for so many years closed, you have no choice. There are no more jobs where you are, or the local or the state economy is terrible. So many places in the country now that used to be industrialized have went ghost town, you know. So people need to be prepared to up and leave at any given time. You need to have a plan just in case, even if you're never ever planning on leaving. Think about it. Give it some thought. Hey man, where would I go if I had to leave here? If my house burnt down tomorrow, what would I do? Would I stay? Would I rebuild? Or would I like to go somewhere else? I think traveling around and living different places enriches your life more than you would even imagine. I have friends, you know, if I wanted to go to California, I got friends in California. I can call, hey, I say, hey man, sleep on your couch for a night? Because I quit drinking, so they'd probably let me now. Yeah. If I wanted to go up north, wanted to go south, I got people everywhere. So there's an advantage to that. Also, other people move around. You might have a friend that you grew up with in the town you're in now, and he moved somewhere. And they might help get you a job, get you a place to stay, get you on your feet again. Sometimes you are put in a situation where you don't have any money and you don't have anywhere to go. And it is good to have friends around the country that you could call that may help you out. You know, as long as you didn't burn don't burn no bridges with people. That is one reason why. So it's just good to have a plan, whether you ever plan to move or not. Also, you need to think about retirement. Is where you're living now, if you're younger, is that where you want to retire? Are you going to be happy retiring there? Get out of there, fly. I don't know why it likes that lens. Get out of there. I'll get you, fly. That worked. I scared him. But is that where you want to retire? Are you already established? Your house is paid off? Yes, that's probably where you want to retire. Then you can at least travel. But if you got dreams of being somewhere nicer, you know, you can always do that now. It is getting much harder today. Properties are outrageous now. Even where I live, where properties were once cheap, not anymore. Nobody has any cheap properties anywhere anymore. So that is something that you have to consider, is the economy. and you need to research it. Researching these things nowadays is so simple because you just get on the internet, man. Type in the town you're looking to move and look at the homes for sale. You'll get an idea of what they sell for. If you're looking to rent, get on the internet. You can get all that taken care of from where you are now. There's a lot of other things. What are the property taxes like? One state might be low, and you might move to another state, and they're going to break you. So you have to weigh all those options before you move anywhere new. And there are states like South Dakota, Florida, don't have state sales tax. So they're not taking tax out of your paycheck for state. Here, they do that, but it isn't much. Some states, if you're like in California or Nevada, some of these states are very high. I don't think Nevada has state sales tax either. State income tax, not sales tax. Some don't have sales tax on groceries. Some do. We have it here. So those are things you need to look at too. There's a lot of things to research. I would bet there are videos on what things to look for moving to a new state, or there's a checklist somewhere on the internet that would help you and guide you through that. But picking up and moving sometimes, getting a brand new start, is most of the time, it's a good thing. If anything, it's a stepping stone in your life. If you're younger, don't be afraid to take chances and pick up and move somewhere. The only way you're really going to fail is if a job doesn't work. You're just not really going to fail at all because you've had an experience. And having an experience alone is not a failure. It may not work out for you there, but it will lead you to another thing. It's a stepping stone. That's one way to look at it. So, well, I hope I opened some eyes here to some stuff, but if you like these kind of videos, go check out my other channel. I do the exact same thing over there daily, like I do here. That's Dogman, the Dogman. There's a link in the description, and I appreciate you guys watching. Do all that stuff you got to do down there. Happy trails.